العلم واليقين بالصالحين فاطر السماوات والأرض أنت ولي في الدنيا والآخرة توفني مسلمان واليقين بالصالحين. All knowledge comes from Almighty Allah, who is Alim. We have a little of that great knowledge to impart to students and share with one another. Today our topic is how to learn and improve written and spoken English. Both skills are very important, speaking and learning. You speak when you learn, and when you learn, you automatically read through, write, and communicate your ideas fluently and smoothly. Of these four skills, the first one is the listening, then comes speaking, then reading and writing. Of these, as said earlier again and again, that the most important and most difficult is the writing skill or written skill. But when we work hard on these four skills, one by one or simultaneously altogether, we can master them in a modest span of time and can become good listeners, good speakers, good readers, and sensible, perfect writers. Nothing is impossible. Where there is a will, there is a way. Students of lower classes find it hard to overcome these difficulties, but when work body and soul, things become easy, and sometimes beyond expectations easy. So in every language, in English language also, the main thing is the vocabulary that comes through reading, listening, and speaking. Vocabulary works and it is used as a tool in all the skills. Even a small boy or an illiterate person who has never been to school or college, vocabulary is the main tool of speaking. No matter whether he or she is a school goer or not, but the main tool used for speaking is vocabulary, means words. In English language, there are about 1.2 million words, and almost every word has more than two meanings and uses. So in this way, this become millions of words in use. 1 crore 20 lakh. Now those words that are used in poetry are called poetic diction. Means dictionary or words used in poetry. Some examples. In common language, a person who writes poems is called a poet. In poetry, he or she is called bard, B-A-R-D, bard. A person who sings songs is called a singer. In poetry, it is called minstrel, M-I-N-S-T-R-E-L, minstrel. In common language, poetry is called versification. It is also known as prosody, means art of writing poems and good pieces of prose that read like poetry. So poetry has its own vocabulary and it is called diction, poetic diction. For example, Poetry is his province, means poetry is his domain. He is very best or at his best in poetry. So here province means domain or field or area in which some had got mastery. So poetry has somewhat different words to use in verses. This is known as poetic diction. Diction word comes from the Latin language. Its root is dict, D-I-C-T, dict means to say, to pronounce. So from dict we have dictionary, dictate, dictation, predict, contradict, interdict, contradictory, and many other words. So besides learning a language, you should be very good at vocabulary, especially in what ways words are made in a language. When it comes to the English language, you are supposed to learn base, a root, or a stem of many words. Then language will become very interesting for you to use, to read, to learn, and to speak. Newspaper reading. For improving the English language, reading newspaper is one of the help, one of the ways of learning language. If you are unable to read whole newspaper even in a week, read letters to editors, small news, something about national matters, international matters. I believe that things will be easy. By one dawn of Sunday edition, they will last you for 2 weeks. Don't worry that you have been going through it for 2 weeks together. Don't worry, slow and steady wins the race. You go on reading, see how the words are used, look at the meaning of the words from different shades of meaning. Look up meanings of the word in the dictionary and see how they are used in different contexts with different meanings. Then we have story reading. There are hundreds of small stories meant for children. When we say meant for children, doesn't mean they are silly or ridiculous or childish. There is much vocabulary to grab. You can see how the small words are used there. These stories contain some phrases, idioms as well, and simple words placed in a marvelous way that will add to your reading comprehension and vocabulary. Never take any word simple or unimportant. These words were used in high caliber and important passages. They mean completely different. That is the beauty of the English language. That same word having same spelling has many meanings. In this way you can enrich your vocabulary to a great extent. Speaking some sentences every day. By virtue of human nature, we are love ourselves first. Looking at the mirror, setting air, dressing yourself well, then again looking in the mirror, how do you look? It means we love ourselves first. So look at the mirror and go on speaking with body language, facial gestures. In this way, not only you will master the vocabulary, you will be a good speaker. See how the things are going on. In a short span of time, you would be able to speak fluently and meaningfully. Then listening to English news, bulletins, broadcast over Pakistan television, some international channels. In this way you will come to know speaking tactics or skills of the broadcasters, news broadcasters. They have got very good accent and pronunciation, especially national and native speakers of Pakistan who are good at speaking English. Also, you just switch on to listening to the English news and British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, and Voice of America. They will give you flavor of two languages, American language and the British language. Many words are different in pronunciation and accent, and you'll enjoy them listening. Now, to enrich the language, again, 4 or 5 things we always repeat. The first thing is vocabulary that you store in your mind or enrich it through reading, listening, speaking, and writing. So vocabulary is a good tool. Now what are the other components of vocabulary? They are synonyms, means words having same meaning. Antonyms, words having different or opposite meaning. And also, study, read, arrive, and sing, crown, for example, have different meanings. When you have something in mind, you read, you try to understand, it is study. Not only with naked eye, you study with mental eye things. You observe them. So read, study, go through, have almost same meaning and different meaning in different contexts. Depend how you put them down in given structure. Then we have arrive. For example, arrive. When you are here, somebody comes there. For you, somebody arrives. And that one can say that he reached or reaches. Arriving person who comes from outside for you is the person who arrives. And that person can say for himself that I reached or we reached. Both are synonyms but have different meanings. Sing. When you sing to yourself or you sing at the party, maybe for public singing or personal private singing, it is the act of singing. But when you sing to yourself, just to enjoy yourself the song you like best or most, that is crooning. C-R-O-O-N-I-N-G, gungunana, jungaran, panasangaran. Then comes knowledge. Whatever information you have about something, that is knowledge. And a piece of information may be solid, instantaneous, or maybe that comes all of a sudden, or maybe with some hard labor, effort, or deliberation, that is also called information. So information is a small piece of knowledge. When this knowledge accumulates, becomes a part of your knowledge or your observation, that becomes knowledge. Then belief and faith. Whatever you believe, maybe you believe in oneness of Allah, you believe in the hereafter, you believe that man is mortal, you believe that so and so is the guide of our life, and this and that book is a real divine book. Such kind of thinking or consideration or belief are called beliefs. Aqidah, Iman. When this belief becomes part and parcel of your life, you practice them in your practical life, that becomes faith. Faith mana mazhab, dharma. Faith also means yaqeen, trust. So these words have different meanings in different contexts. You have to be very careful about their use. You don't have to cram them. You don't have to commit to their memory just like parrot. You don't have to parroting them. You simply have to understand how these words are used in context or written purpose. Antonyms. Antonyms are words which are used as opposite meaning words of the given words. For example, rich, poor, wealthy, decrepit. Well off means rich, again poor. So you have to be very much careful about their use. And bear in mind, the noun has noun antonym, noun has noun synonym, verb has verb synonym, adverb has adverb synonym and antonym. जिस पार्ट स्पीच का वर्ड होगा उसी में सिनोनिम एंटोनिम बनेगा, वरना गलत हो जाएगा। ये ख्याल करना है। Words having opposite meanings, for example, dark, its antonym is bright. Strong, its antonym is weak. Up has antonym down. Come has go, rich, poor. There are tens of thousands of words to remember. Means to commit to memory with proper use. If simply you open dictionary and go over the words, go on looking up meanings of the words, that won't be of any help. The proper way is reading something, underline the difficult words, and then look up their meanings in the context. Contextual meanings are very important. As said in the first lecture, perhaps in the second one, that there are more than 10 meanings of words. For example, how the words are used in text. That is called textual meaning. How words are used in connection with each other in a given text. That is contextual meaning. Then literal meaning, scientific meaning, literary meaning, idiomatic meaning, metaphorical meaning. You will find every word in different contexts in the dictionary. And see that when you use them as metaphor and simile, you have to be very careful about their use. These are skills you can develop through reading and looking at meanings of the words again and again. No matter you have to shuffle the dictionary pages 50 times a day, don't worry about that. That will be greatly helpful for you. Once take pens, you will know a lot that you can't even expect in a short span of time. Spare some time for more and more vocabulary. Be a good reader, then you can become a good speaker and write. Then homonyms. Homonyms are words having same spelling, almost same pronunciation, but different meaning. For example, fan, sound, like, feather, leather, try, and many more. They have different meanings in the dictionary. For example, word go has 35 meanings. At has more than 35 uses. Pronoun it has 18 roots and more than 50 uses. So you can go over them one by one and see how they are used and how they are used in different ways. You will learn a lot by looking at the proper uses. Words having same sounds and same pronunciation are called homonyms. For example, bat. It is a mammal. Chamkadar, chamado, bat. Then fair, mela, or fair, beautiful. Fair, justify anything, justice. Pan, a small fold where animals are kept is called pan. Chota bada, जिसमें बकरियों या भेड़ों को रखते हैं. The pen is also to write with. Pen is also a word. When you feel that you have some great idea in your mind, maybe a small one, just pick a piece of paper and a pen and you can pen down something. Pen down means write down. So ये verb भी है. इसी तरह we have cap, टोपी. Cap is also a lid of a bottle. Lid of a bottle. It is also a feather in one's cap, means a matter of pride. In older days, you could see generals and great writers had feather in their cap. That was a sign or symbol of their greatness or dignity or honor. So feather can also be used as a metaphor. To feather one's own nest. अपने ही घोंसले में पर डालना, यानी उसको आरामदा बनाना ताकि वो बच्चों की रहने की या अंडों को टूटने का अंदेशा ना हो. It means to do something for one's own vested interest, selfish interest. अपनी खुदगर्जी के लिए, अपने सुख के लिए बंदोबस्त करना, उसको कहते हैं feather one's own nest. So these words are used in simple language, metaphorically, idiomatically, and so on. Then there is chair. Chair means kursi, a seat to sit in or on. Chair also means to head a meeting. किसी मीटिंग की सरबराही करना, हेड होना, उसकी सदारत करना, चेयर वर्ड. देन एडवाइस, मशवरा, सलाह, also something good that you ought to follow. Word. Dictionary gives at least 7 or 8 meanings of word. Word, W-O-R-D. A message, promise. A unit of language that carries some sense is called word. Then we have compound word or two word, and also where word means something to talk to somebody. A word with you means I have to talk to you. I have something to communicate with you. Bank. Bank is a verb and a noun. It is also a side of a river or a canal. Right bank, left bank, rice canal, Dadu canal, वगैरह. Bank also is a place where you keep money or transact business. Bank is also a place where things are ordered, especially eyes, blood, kidney. They are called blood bank, kidney bank, eye bank. Means zakhira karne ki jagah, jama karne ki jagah. Can you name the country that is popular, charitable country that donates eyes to people? कहिड़ो मुल्क अखियूं अतीअ में ॾींदो आहे? असां माण्हुनि जी अखियूं कढंदा आहियूं, अखियूं ॾींदा आहिनि. गैर मुस्लमान आहिनि, मुशरिक आहिनि. श्रीलंका, द लार्जेस्ट आई डोनर कंट्री, लार्जेस्ट आई डोनेट करती है. उसके बाद कंट्री, ए लैंड और एरिया ऑफ ए कंट्री दैट इज लाइक विलेज, having trees, forests, lands, open areas, open air, that is called country area, dehati ilaka. Country also means a state, ek mulk. Then province, I just said, a person who has some command or mastery in some skill or discipline, it is called his province. English is his province. मैथमेटिक्स इज अ प्रोविंस, माना उसको उसमें उबूर हासिल है, उसको कंट्रोल है, मास्टरी है. तो प्रोविंस मीन्स ए पार्ट ऑफ ए कंट्री कंप्राइजिंग डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स और काउंटीज, एंड आल्सो वी कॉल देम डिस्ट्रिक्ट, जिला, अजला. तो प्रोविंस माना सूबा, प्रोविंस मीन्स डोमेन और एनी पार्ट ऑफ लैंग्वेज और लर्निंग लाइक मैथमेटिक्स, इंग्लिश, physics, chemistry, in which some is very good or has some mastery. Then we have power, electric power, political power, economic power, physical power, mental power means strength. Power also means control of a country. The ruling party is called in power, माना उसको इक़्तिदार हासिल है. Also failure. It is said that failures are pillars of success. One who fails in life once or twice doesn't mean he is a failure forever. It is pillar for further success. That is, it is called failures or pillars of success. So failure one means nakami, a state of not achieving something even after long or big effort. It also means a person who fails. So it is used for failure as the thing result, and as for a person who fails or is not able to gain or achieve anything. Harvest, fasal. The crop is called harvest, which is ready for reaping. And also cut crop, लाबारो फसल की कटाई, उसको भी हार्वेस्ट कहते हैं. फसल भी है, नाउन भी और वर्ब. Then mean means meaning. Also mean माना घटिया, अदना, कमीना, immoral. Mean means average. If I take five times and divide them with 5, the mean or average will be 5. Simultaneously, if I just take figures offhand without any preparation, that will also make average. For example, 7 figures and divided by 7, the mean will be figure divided by 7. That will be called average or औसत. Sindhi में सरासरी कहना, सरासरी. Then write whatever you have, you enjoy as a citizen is your right. Right of vote, right of education, right of marriage, right of travel, right of business, right of speech, and so on. Right also means correct. Then right means this one, daya or baya, right, left. So it has also several meanings. Yes, they are fighting for their rights. वो अपने हुकूक के लिए लड़ रहे हैं, जो basic human rights होते हैं. So word right has several meanings. Tree. Tree is a natural growth with root, having stems, branches, a trunk, a bark, and so on. So tree is also a foundation of a family. That where did it start from? For example, Hazrat Ali Karimullah Wajah's family tree, Prophet Muhammad's family tree, Hazrat Abdul Qadir Jilani's family tree, Shajara, ये खानदान कहाँ से चला, कहाँ तक पहुँचा, उनमें कौन कौन है, ये भी ट्री वही माना देगा, दरख्त वाली, बल्कि शजरे की फैमिली के अफराद की. उसके बाद है also we have words that have different meanings but same spelling. For example, a person is having fair color. We can say attractive, bewitching, beautiful. And also, there is word, for example, fair, F-A-R-E. So it is also mean a payment you make for your travel. For example, they travel by bus, by rickshaw, and so on. But with some difference in meaning, we can get other meaning. For example, far, F-A-R. That doesn't mean here the fair or beautiful or price you pay for travel, but it means far away, distant. So you also have to bear in mind the difference of pronunciation and spelling, and with slight care or with keen care, you can really master the language. Now, some other words, for example, no, N-O. This is adverb of negation. With same sound, no, K-N-O-W. Almost same sound now, N-O-W, different meaning. So sometimes slight difference of sound, you can write many words with different meanings. Now bake, B-A-K, bake means to cook. You bake a cake, you bake a cookie, you bake something else in oil. Also bake, B-A-C-K, means behind. कमर को भी बैक कहते हैं. Also write, R-I-T. Small customs in any culture or society are called rites. छोटी छोटी रस्में उसको right कहते हैं, R-I-T. Its homophone is right, R-I-G-H-T. Then cloth, C-L-O-T-H, without E. This is noun, material noun. When we add E to it, it becomes a sewn or sewed cloth. Sila hua kapda. Its plural is C-L-O-T-H-E-S. What do we mean by rehearsing or telling the same words again and again? We just want to show you that with hard work, you can have a good mastery over vocabulary. And slight ignorance can lead you to failure or despondence or disillusionment. So try to master vocabulary perfectly. Only then you can be a good speaker and good writer. It's not that much difficult. Simply you have to put in some labor, some interest, and some hard work, and some keenness. Then some other examples of homophone pen, P-E-N, pen. I just mentioned a writing instrument and a small place where you keep small animals like sheep, goat, and so on. Then pain, P-A-I-N, means a kind of torture or uneasiness in your body, maybe back, head, some other part of body. And also pan, P-A-N, pan is a small pot with a handle in which you fry something or cook something, fry pan, P-A-N, P-A-N. Then pan, P-A-N-E, window. Now look at the door over there. It has glass panes fixed in window wooden frame. That is called pan, P-A-N-E, window pan, glass pan, ventilator pan, इनमें जो शीशा लगा हुआ है वो ट्रांसपेरेंट है या ओपैक है, मजबूत है या ब्रिटल है, टूट सकता है, उसको हम पैन कहते हैं, P-A-N-E. So it is P-E-N, P-A-N, P-A-I-N, P-A-N-E, with slight difference of pronunciation, 4 words with different meanings. Then paper, P-A-P-E-R, material noun, a sheet of paper on which you write something, P-A-P-E-R, P-E-P-P-E-R, paper means मिर्च, काली मिर्च, इसकी भी 3 किस्में हैं, एक तेज काली मिर्च, एक वाइट बिल्कुल सफ़ेद बड़ी सख्त कड़वी, तीसरा ब्लैक पेपर, वाइट पेपर, स्वीट पेपर, बिल्कुल चीनी की तरह मीठा होता है, P-E-P-P-E-R. So 3 kind of paper, same spelling. Black paper, white paper, sweet paper, P-E-P-P-E-R. Paper also means a newspaper that carries some news. You go through it for your interest, maybe for games and sports, dance, films, advertisements, snippets, maybe property for sale, maybe international, national news and so on. So it is replete with very good news. You can go over them, also news of your interest there are. Then weight, W-E-E-T, weight means tar, gila, drenched in water. Then weight, W-A-I-T, weight mana intezar karna, almost upon, different meaning, different means. Then waste, W-E-S-T. I remember I wrote 5 kinds of waste with different spelling, almost same pronunciation or sound. The waste, W-E-S-T, means Maghrib. Also you have to take care about this word use. If west you mean geographical position, the sun sets in the west, the sun rises in the east, 2 sides, they are unique. We don't have other west or south. But Allah says, Maghriban wa Mashrikan. Mashrikan what? Means there are more than one west, more than one east. But here we mean one side west, one side east. So geographically they are unique, but they are always written with small letter. छोटी ABCD से लिखा जाता है. When we mean the west, W capital, means North America and USA, Europe. When we mean the east with E capital, it means South Asia, Middle East, and Japan and Far East. This all is called the East. When we say North America, that comprises 2 countries, the US and Canada. When we say Southern Hemisphere, it means its capital. South, that comprises New Zealand and Australia. So when there are political blocks, the words are used in capital letter in the beginning. Bear in mind. Then West, V-E-S-T, whatever we have under the clothes, undergarment, they are known as West, V-E-S-T. Then V-A-I-S-T, West means Kamar, chair, W-A-I-S-T, West. Then 5th word is West, W-A-S-T, Zaya karna. Say your West, aise baran ne moklyo. Go through it, it's more than I think 1200 words. Very long essay. See how an essay has been composed on one word, waste, W-A-S-T, Zian. Very interesting and very hard to compose, my dear. See how the words have been placed at proper place and how the ideas have been developed logically. You can do better than that, but I guarantee you. क्योंकि आप ऐसे दौर में पैदा हुए कि मिट्टी में आज जाने सोना हो जाए। सिर्फ कोशिश की ज़रूरत है, कोशिश की ज़रूरत है, कोशिश हो जाएगी काम बन जाएगा, बिल्कुल। Then paronyms. While talking about language, my dear, how to improve language and what comprises a language. Very important. Then we have paronym, means pairs of words. We have hundreds of pairs of words in English like Latin, German, French, Arabic, Persian, etc. This language is very much rich in paronyms, means pairs of words. These pairs of words are sometimes very difficult to understand. Then they are called brain teasers. Brain teasers, boggling words. जहन को घुमा देने वाले, फिरा देने वाले, मगज के पेंड. Now acronyms. When we take a letter from an international or national word that is very much used in a given culture, that is called acronym. For example, WAPDA, WAPDA, Water and Power Development Authority. This becomes acronym, ACRONYM. But the letters that don't make acronym, they are called initials, UNO, IMF, WB, IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. So no matter they are acronym or initials or contractions, they are very much part of extant vocabulary, and you have to learn them by heart if you want to be good at the language. Then from acronym, some other example: UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization. There is a lesson, the United Nations first year, very old lesson. It is replete with knowledge, very good lesson. And its text is really fine. If you go through it, you'll enjoy reading it. Then we have, for example, HESCO, Hyderabad Electric Supply Company, LESCO, Lahore Electric Supply Company, and so on. Spelling, very important thing in language. And most of the mistakes we commit pertain to spelling. We should avoid making spelling mistakes. Doubt plus dictionary is equal to correct spelling. And if you really are very much in touch with dictionary, you will not only learn spelling, you will learn how those words are used in context. It is very good help. And dictionary also is a help within help. You will see in Bilu language help, HELP, but something extra to learn. How this word is used. What makes, if this word is used this way, how this word is used wrongly or incorrectly, it gives you very good help. Very good help. And some sentences are just struck off. They are lined over them. It means they are wrong to use. So dictionary, wherever you find word help, in blue ink, it means it is something special for you, for learner, even for daily user of dictionary. Learning spelling of words by heart and using them in sentences, that is important. Means using in sentences is important. If you simply go on learning, cramming, that won't be of any help. That will bother you. That will tax your mind. You will find them burdensome and sometimes monotonous if you go on learning just by heart without using them or without looking at their use, how they are placed by the author. So see how the words are used. Then grammar rules. Right from the first day, we have been telling you again and again that there are more than 3,000 basic things. You may call them basic rules or basics of English or elementary English, whatever you may call them, but they are unavoidable and indispensable. You have to bear with them. Whether you like them or not, you have to tolerate them. You have to bear with them. You have to learn them practically. Only then you can be very confident in your written English at least. Then we have subject, object, and verb agreement. Subject is a person, a thing, or anything maybe we have never ever seen. but it is used in the first clause or first part of sentence, on the very beginning. That is called the subject. In passive voice, object becomes subject. In active voice, subject itself is a subject. Then you have to see whether there is one subject or two or three or more. Also there can be more than one object. Direct object, indirect object. Some sentences have action, some don't have action. Some sentences are simply to be verb sentence. They simply tell what is there, what is not there. And there are more than 250 kinds of sentences in writing. Grammatically, there are 8. Simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. And from a structure point of view, we have assertive, having positive and negative, interrogative, exclamative, imperative, and optative. So these 8 sentences are subdivided or spanned over a vast area of language that comprises written and spoken English, and there are more than 250 types of sentences. You have to master them, at least 100 or at least 50 kinds of sentences to become good writer. Also just take pen, whatever comes to your mind, compose in poetry. At first you may not be able to compose poetry, just write in blank verse. Azad Shari mein likhe, freelancer ki tarah, and you will be able to compose something great, because you have got a mind that angels don't have. You have got a vocabulary, you have got a stamina, potential that even angels don't have. You are declared the Ashraful Makhlukat. With a pen, with some thinking, with brainstorming, you can make marvels, I assure you. You can do a lot. But by all means you will need vocabulary to put down.
Go ahead.
Any problem?
No.
Okay. So grammar rules ought to be mastered. First learn them, then master them. Now subject-verb agreement. When subject is singular, verb should be singular. Subject is plural, verb should be plural. This is very important. Use of verbs. Hardly few hundred sentences apart from them. Almost all sentences have verb and they should have verb. But there are certain exceptions. If I say a word with you without verb, means I want to talk to you. I have something to communicate with you. This can be without. Yes, no, all right, okay. So these are some of the sentences. They sometimes have verb, sometimes not. Okay, it is a signal of just go ahead. Okay, is also a verb. Also a verb. So with subject-verb agreement, use of verbs and forms of verbs. Again, I believe that you are getting revision of many things in this lecture. Now, forms of verbs are also called paradigm of verbs. Every verb has 5 forms. The first one is infinitive. Means first form, masdar कहते हैं Sindhi Urdu में. To go, to play, to write, to speak, to eat, to drink. When we drop to from verb, it becomes bare infinitive. Masdar bagair took. Second form of the verb is simple past tense. Go, went, write, wrote, sing, sang, sink, sank. Third form is the past participle. In Sindhi Urdu grammar it is called ism mafaul, means thing on which something has been done or gone over or experienced. That thing has undergone experience. Beaten, eaten, written, smelled, killed. These are called past participles, ism mafaul, what is third form. And also bear in mind that third form of many verbs are used as adjectives. कई वर्ब की थर्ड फॉर्म सिफतों के इस्तेमाल करते हैं. हम कल सिफत के बारे में पढ़ रहे थे. इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट वीक फिर रिज्यूम करेंगे, उसको पूरा करेंगे. कि थर्ड फॉर्म एडजेक्टिव कैसे इस्तेमाल होती है, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. देन फोर्थ फॉर्म इज प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल. When we add ing to a verb, by adding ing with adding another consonant or without consonant. For example, sit. Its simple past is sat. Its third form is again sit. Its present participle sitting. It means we are supposed to use T twice. That means S-I-T-T-I-N-G. And its fifth form means the third person singular. We are supposed to use S or ES with verb. Go, G-O-E-S. He goes, she goes. Or some verbs don't take E. Sit, sits. Bit, bits. Bite, bites. Again, already E is there. So take care of its spelling, whether the consonants are going to be double or single. Stopping, S-T-O-P-P-I-N-G. Stopped, S-T-O-P-P-E-D. Transferred, S-T-R-A-N-S-F-E-R-R then E-D. This is very important to bear in mind about the spelling, whether consonant or vowel, single or double. That is very important for vocabulary. Now, narration. Whatever said directly is called narration. Its other word is speech. Then voice. What doesn't mean some sound coming out of mouth as I am doing now, or I am uttering some words. That utterance is not called voice in grammar. In grammar, it is whether it is direct or indirect. It is said by the speaker himself, or it is something revised or reversed. So speech में direct, indirect speech है. Voice में active voice or passive voice. Some people are very much fond of using passive voice everywhere. That is not a good English. Passive voice is used only where it is unavoidable. For example, mail is arrived, train is arrived, the guests are served, arrangements have been made, they have been welcomed. No need of active voice in certain sentences. But in most of the sentences, you are supposed to use active voice, not passive voice. Passive voice is not taken as a good English. It is only when you are asked or when passive voice is unavoidable. Only then. Language learning through direct methods. Direct methods means teaching English through grammar. That is called direct method. Means step by step, level by level, as we teach from class 8 to 12 at schools and colleges in 5-year English. But when you teach English direct as we do here, sometimes something, sometimes the other, we try to improve your English. That is called direct method. And direct method is always used in those schools and colleges where there is English medium. And there is English medium. As Bacon, City, Educator, Public Sector, and some other places. Dictionary usage. It is a very important tool to use dictionary again and again. Whenever you run into any problem of meaning or use, shuffle the pages of dictionary without any boredom, without any pen, without any botheration. Just see what happens. While looking up meaning of one word, you will come by some other words that will automatically add to your knowledge and confidence. So don't be afraid of using dictionary. Don't shrink this good word. It is very helpful. Then writing something every day. Maybe a page, a small paragraph, a passage, a small essay, on any topic you like or you have some idea about, just write it. That will add to your writing skills. And with the passage of time, you will become a good writer. Now the British English. We here learn and speak and use the British English. That is used in the United Kingdom, mainly England, New Zealand and Australia and the subcontinent where we dwell. Because we were ruled by the English people for 125 years. They left the English language here as heritage. We inherited the English language from them. That's why some of us are very good at English, alhamdulillah. Then American English. It is very much in our computer, in software. It is in North America, the US and Canada, because many English people moved there. From UK they went to North America, and some of them went to Southern Hemisphere where New Zealand and Australia are located for the past 300 years. So these people planted the plot of the English language there without any difficulty or hesitation, because language was their native language, English. Writing personal diaries every day, right from early morning or when you start your day, write down. When you finish your work in the evening or in the night, that will give you good insight into writing. Write in proper order, time span order, what happened in the morning, then onwards and onwards and onwards. That will make a good writing. And that will remind you of the day when you open the diary, see what happened, what day and what time, and the person you met and the things you did. That will give you a good account and also a memory of that time, record of that day. Writing personal diary, then we have differences between the British English and the American English. I told you several times. 3 main differences. Difference of spelling, difference of pronunciation, and difference of grammar. Not very much difference. But some people have the notion that the American English doesn't have grammar. It is very ridiculous, rather silly things to entertain the idea. American English is very useful and perfectly grammatical and sensible. Just write an inquiry note to any American university or any college affiliated to any American university, Canadian university, about fee structure, about the courses or program they offer, about financial assistance. Undoubtedly, you will receive an answer, a response to their query that will be perfectly meaningful and grammatical. They are very good at English. Their English is nonetheless inferior to any English. Maybe Singapore English, Thailand English, Australian, Canadian English. They have also the same good English as we have and the Britishers have. Okay. Writing letters in English to your friends. Now this tradition or practice is dying day by day. We don't write letters to our friends. We used to write letters to friends in Sindhi, Urdu, that is what called kalmi dosti. Kalmi dosti, kalamkari, kalam ke lihaz se. Now letters in English are rarely found. Rarely found. We have now SMS, telephone exchange of ideas. We have chatting and brief notes, maybe on a piece of paper or through SMS. That is the English we are left with. Nothing more than that. But you should be good at writing letters. Go through letters written by people who have done. Go through the diaries of the people. They are available on net. And also there are books available with them. Specimens of official letters, friendly letters, demi-official letters, business letters, technical letters, and so on. Sir Nasrullah has been here. He has taught some technical English for a long time. He got a lot of experience. If I happen to teach that class again, for example, after many, many years, so I will find it difficult. It is practice you are with. Keep on practicing, things will become very easy. And very easy.
Technical report writing to the engineers.
Engineers. Very difficult. You met some of the students today?
Yeah.
At RT?
Yeah.
Right. And they were happy to see you again.
Yeah.
They thought you are still at Dubai, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Then using difficult words in sentences. I remember the days when my elder son used to work for CSS. So he was seen wide awake late in the night. Before I went to bed, he was busy at work. Early in the morning when he got up for morning prayers, he was again at work. I was surprised what time he goes to bed. So रात को 11-12 तक सुबह तक पढ़ना, फिर देर से सोना सुबह को नमाज के बाद. So once I asked you, son, what are you doing in this register? He said, Baba, whatever I find hard, I find the example from dictionary and I jot it down. In this way I learn a lot of English. This big thick register he made from Oxford Dictionary. Exactly the same sentences he transcribed. So in this way you write. You learn a lot. Once you write, you commit it to your mind. Then we have speaking before a mirror. I already explained. This is a very good practice. Sir, what will you do? Have time?
No, sir. We have 10 minutes left.
When you put down ideas before a mirror, I mean to speak before a mirror, you come to know about your physical posture, body language, facial gestures, and also you develop a lot of confidence. So don't miss this opportunity. We look at our face early in the morning or when you get ready for office or school or college, how good we look when you see to the mirror again and again. मैं बाबू नजर आ रहा फने खान. This is also a good practice when you speak before a mirror. You know what you are and know how you deliver the message. So that is the real picture when you are before the audience. That will break or remove or dispel your fear of speaking before a large audience like this or big hall, anywhere in the world, maybe local or international. You are great. Once you believe you can do it, you can do it. Once you are afraid you can't, you will never. Then speaking before classmates. Your classmates are your friends. They are at your par. At par your level of intelligence, hard work and caliber. Maybe some are far better than you are. Maybe some are more intelligent than you are, but you are nonetheless inferior to many. You are at par with them. So talk to them. Develop confidence, muster courage, and you will be able to speak very fluently and very smoothly. We have seen students, even now, small girls, small children. So you saw them making speeches, speaking with confidence. We had an event at RT, just by. Today, there were about 20 speakers. Comparing anchor persons, they were doing very well. They have developed confidence. Also, from among you, there are many who can do this, and they are doing, alhamdulillah. We are proud of you. We simply encourage you to do more and more.
We are going to start media and study media communication.
We are also going to start media communication skills when son is back from having degree from Australian University in Dubai. At IBS Akkar, we are going to have media studies department next year, inshallah. Maybe by the end of this year. You'll be back by the end of this year. And this will be investment of millions of rupees. And our VC is well prepared to do that. He is very adventurous and daring person. He doesn't care about expenses. He spends money for the spread of education, lavishly, rather generously. Then we have speaking before a large audience, people who listen to you just as you are listening to me now. I am speaking, you are listening, your audience as well as students. So speaking before a large audience affords you a good opportunity to develop confidence and do your best. You can be at your best any moment, provided you are confident and somewhat well prepared. Taking part in speeches. You get opportunity at school, college. Away from those Hawaiians, you get speeches, debates, and declamation contest opportunities. And all these you can do your best. Think before you speak. Now a teacher was giving you pieces of advice. 12 pieces of advice, very good. And Hamlet. The same example we have in the Holy Quran. सुलेमान अलैहिस्सलाम अपने बेटे को मशवरा दे रहा है. बिल्कुल उसी पैटर्न को शेक्सपियर ने लिया है. सही सुलेमान अलैहिस्सलाम पहली बात कहता है बेटे को, बेटे शिर्क न करना, भले तुझे जला दिया जाए या काट दिया जाए. उसने अपनी सब नबी था हिसाब से दिया है. लेकिन शेक्सपियर ने दुनियादारी की लिहाजत दी है, लेकिन पैटर्न वही है कि बाप बेटे को नसीहत कर रहा है। तो इन दिस वे व्हेन यू स्पीक फर्स्ट थिंक बिफोर यू स्पीक। कहते हैं एक प्रोवर्ब भी है कि while you jump, see whether there is any kind of a hump or any kind of ditch. Look before you leap. छलांग लगाने से पहले देखो, ये proverb, look before you leap. So you speak deliberately and confidently. Don't just trample or meddle the word. There should be no meddling or confounding ideas. You should speak deliberately, means distinctly, clearly, so that your audience or listeners can follow you clearly. So you have to bear in mind the level of the audience. I can understand there is a student from 9th class to matric and MA and LLB and so on. I believe that. So I don't have to speak very high language of Shakespeare or something about Tempest or Hamlet or Othello, because that won't be of any use for you. I can simplify the things in my language, in simple words, so that you can follow what I mean. So one should keep in mind the standard of the audience or listeners. If there is difficult language, that won't be good for them. They will get confused. Don't feel shy. If you feel shy or modest, you won't be able to deliver what you have in your mind. Don't be afraid. Fear is the worst enemy. खौफ सबसे बड़ा दुश्मन है. Don't be afraid. Dispel your self-imposed fear. Sometimes you fear, you have the idea, you develop fear that the people I will be speaking before are teachers, are scholars, are learned people. Say, I won't be able to communicate my ideas. That is the fear you already have imposed on you. So what? When you speak, you will be shivering or trembling with fear. So you won't be able to deliver what you really mean. Otherwise, if you don't have the fear, you can do your best. So fear is the worst enemy of your speakers, especially before a large audience.
Yes.
नमाज मगरिब पे चलेंगे भाई?